Hi guys and welcome back to my kitchen. We're going to do one of my favorite Jamaican dishes, and that's oxtails. For my ingredients, I have browning sauce that's equivalent to our kitchen bouquet. So if you have kitchen bouquet, you can also use that. It just helps darken up the dish. I got my Worcestershire or Worcestershire sauce, whatever you like to call it. I got ketchup. I got soy sauce. I also have adobo. I also have some beef bouillon that I just dropped and picked it up. So you guys know when I'm using beef, I like to use my beef bouillon as my salt. I have my adobo, and the best thing on my adobo is caliente or spicy. The other dry seasoning I'm using is my garlic powder and my onion powder and then my garlic salt I'm actually using. And of course, you can't do oxtails without allspice and black pepper. For my fresh seasoning, I have a habanero pepper. If you guys could get a Scotch bonnet pepper, that's usually what Jamaican dishes call for. But if not, just go ahead and get your orange pepper and you'll be good. I got my diced up white onions. Of course, I have my oxtails, my large can of butter beans. I'm going to use my lemon to wash that. Let me show you guys how to wash your meat. Let's go. I know there's a huge conspiracy against should you wash your meat, should you not wash your meat, if cooking your meat actually cleans your meat, and that does. Cooking your meat to the correct temperature is actually what kills the bacteria, but Jamaican dishes, they like to wash off the extra blood and everything, because most of the times in these rural areas, they are using meat straight from the animal, so it's not that clean, right? So that's why they wash their meat. But I'm still going to wash mine, because if a Jamaican woman or man is watching me make this dish, I don't want them to say, she did not wash your meat. So I'm washing my meat with my lime or lemon, whatever one you have on hand, or if you have vinegar and salt, just put that in your water and wash. You guys see as I drain that, you start seeing that color change to a clear consistency. Just going to scrub it up. There we go. And now it's time to season. So I'm sure you guys know that I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, and you're probably wondering how I'm going to make a Jamaican dish, and I'm not from Jamaica. I want you to know that in New Orleans or in Louisiana, we are a gumbo pot of a lot of things. Our city and state is influenced by a lot of things, from the French, Jamaicans, the Islanders, the Spanish, and everything else in between. So I'm going to heavily season this meat. Remember that this meat is going to go stewed inside water, which means it's going to simmer down for a long amount of time. So just make sure that you season it very heavily. And I like to put my browning, soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce on right now. I know I saw a lot of recipes where they put it in the pot when they're stewing their meat. No, I like to season it with it and cook it all down. Give this a good mix. I want to show y'all how much seasoning I actually have on these oxtails. If you look in the bottom of my bowl, you guys see that that soy sauce and Worcestershire and ketchup and browning sauce is a good liquid amount at the bottom. We're going to take and make sure that this brown sauce get all over. This is our homemade oxtail sauce that we did ourselves. Check us out. Now it's time to brown this. Start by grabbing you a pot huge enough to fit all your oxtails, because you're going to brown and cook your oxtails in the same pot. I put a little canola oil. You can use whatever oil you have on hand to put at the bottom of your pot. Get nice, hot, and steamy so that your oxtails do not stick to the bottom of your pot. We're going to brown these oxtails to lock in all that seasoning, so that when we add our water like we are now, it does not remove all that flavoring that we already added to our oxtails. I'm actually using that same bowl that I seasoned my oxtails with to add my water to my oxtails, because there's still hella seasoning in that bowl, and we need all that seasoning to make sure our food tastes good, right? So we're going to cover this oxtails completely. We're going to use enough water where it covers the oxtails completely. Then we're going to add our fresh seasoning, which is our onion, our green onion. We have the habanero pepper, we have garlic, all of that deliciousness, and bell pepper. We're going to add that into the pot. I like to open up my pepper so that it can start adding that spice that I need to it. If you don't like spice, don't add the pepper. If you like a little spice, open the pepper up and take some of the seeds out. That is where all the spice come from, is the seed inside of the pepper. So I'm going to open it. Then I'm going to put my lid on here and cook this for about 4 hours. When there's an hour left within the 4 hours, so about 3 hours into cooking, I am going to add my large white beans. I am going to drain the can first, then add the large white beans to it. I'm going to let that cook for a good 30 minutes to get nice and soft and tender. And then I'm going to turn the pot off for 30 minutes and let the oxtails soup or that gravy at the bottom of that, let that thicken up. It thickens up as it cools. As it cools down, that gravy is going to thicken up, and you get something as delicious as this. Oh my God. I want y'all to know that oxtails has to be Raven's favorite thing to eat. It's my favorite Jamaican meal, whether I make it or whether I'm in Jamaica eating it myself. But look at this deliciousness. They usually serve it on top of rice and peas, but I'm just using regular white rice. Look how tender that came out. Oh my God. It is just as delicious as it look. Like, comment, and subscribe. Again, this is Jamaican oxtails done Chef T way. Thank you guys for tuning in.